Yay, peeps! How you all doing out there on that worldwide wobble? Yes, Lyric L here with you, aka the Academic Gem, for the full moon in Aquarius reading array. Yes, this full moon will be happening at 1 degree. This is where the moon is in opposition to the sun in Leo, which will be at 1 degree. Also, happy birthday, Leos, when it comes. Yes, so how was your Cancer season? I was very caring for self indeed, and putting self first indeed, and family. So these are the issues and lessons that we've learned over the past month. And so now we're jumping into Leo season. And I hope all you Cancerians had a great birthday, yay! And happy birthday to the Leos to come. So we have the full moon in Aquarius. What is Aquarius? Aquarius is an air sign. It's the fixed of the air signs. We have a fixed element of every element. So we have Aquarius is the fixed of the air, Taurus is the fixed of the earth, Scorpio is the fixed of the water, and Leo is the fixed of the fire. So we're going to have a steady fixation on our dreams and desires, our joyfulness. This is what the 5th house of Leo represents. And in opposition is the 11th house of Aquarius, which is groups and organizations. This is where individuals get together to become groups and for areas and issues that they're interested or they want to highlight. Okay, so the full moon in Aquarius will bring us a highlighting of how the groups that we've joined so far, do we still want to be associated with them? It will also be coming a highlighting of how we can make ourselves more unique and how we've used our uniqueness to become this individual that becomes part of a group. All these areas will be highlighting. With the sun in Leo, we'll be seeing action and drama. It's a fire sign, fire likes movement, and it will be opposing the calm and cool Aquarius full moon. So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn, and it will also be shining light on our peculiarities, our individuality, our will to be personally different and to form our own skills, as we each have gifts within us. And Aquarius is the house of gifts and opportunities and forward thinking. So we had the sun in Cancer. Well, it's still in Cancer at 29 degrees. We'll be jumping into Leo in about 2 hours. Today's the 22nd of July 2021. So we're in between signs at present. So last year we had 2 new moons in Cancer. We had one at 0 degrees and one at 28 degrees. This is where we learn to care for ourselves. We learn to know that we're the initiators of our life. We're the initiators of our care. And we carried that on to this Cancer season also. And this year we'll be having 2 full moons in Aquarius. So the first one will be happening at 1 degree. And that'll be happening the 23rd, 24th, also the 25th, I would say, of July 2021. So see where Aquarius lands in your chart at 1 degree. So the 1 is initiation, the 1 is self, thinking about how forward self can be, how one expresses their self, and how it may integrate with others and groups. Okay, this will be looking at for this full moon in Aquarius. This is what it will be highlighting for each of us. So I've written what it will be for the signs. So Aquarius, obviously this full moon is in your 1st house. So it'll be highlighting all your individuality, peculiarities, how you deal with emotional issues in an instant. With it being the 1st house, you may feel like changing up yourself, or you may see the changes that you've made within yourself, as it will be highlighting how we've finished a particular cycle in our life and to move on to the next cycle of this full moon in Aquarius. Usually we just have one full moon a year, but you are having 2 in your sign. So you have two times the aspect, or we all will, to initiate what we like and how to see it bloom. Okay, the sun will be in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. So how you deal with close people, the sun will be aiding you to bring joy and action into those areas. Okay, Pisces, you have the moon in the 12th house of dreams and imagination. You'll be expanding on these areas, and these areas will be illuminated. How have you used your dreams? How have you used your imagination within this last year? The sun will be in the 6th house of everyday work and progress, also health. How have you been of service to others, or how you can be of service to others, because this sun will be taking us through the next 4 weeks in the 6th house of work and everyday habits, and also health and well-being. So that's for you, Pisces. Okay, Aries, you've got the full moon in your 11th house of groups. So this is the house of Aquarius, groups and associations. Also gifts and opportunities may be coming to you, and you'll see the fullness of this. You'll see the fullness of your friends around you. Do you still want to be with particular friends? And you'll be sorting this out. The moon will highlight how you feel about this area and this issue. And you've got the sun in your 5th house of joy and pleasure, children, activities, fun activities, things you like to do. So enjoy that time of Leo in your 5th house there. Aries. Taurus, you have the full moon in your 10th house of business, tradition, and high ideals and goals. Big business, there'll be a culmination on how these areas have associated in your life over the past year. And you can see a culmination there with your business, how you've changed ideas on tradition, and how you've done business. And the sun will be helping you in your 4th house of self, home care, and family structure. So there'll be the sun will be shining on this and giving you initiation and imagination, drive, passion, and the strength to do things differently for your self-care, your home, and your family life. Okay, Gemini, you have this full moon in your 9th house shining on higher learning. What have you learnt? Have you done any courses over the past year or so? Has your forward thinking taken you to areas that you thought didn't exist? Exactly. So that's for you, Gemini. So the moon will be highlighting areas there in your 9th house of higher learning and travel. The sun is in your 3rd house of expansion of thoughts and thought patterns, a changing up of thought patterns. It's also how do you get on with your neighbours and local people, local businesses. You may have some issues with your car. The sun will highlight this during this next month. Okay, Cancer, you have the moon in your 8th house of other people's money, other people's businesses, legacy. So issues might have been shining on areas like that, or they will be highlighted with the fullness of this full moon. The sun is in your 2nd house of how you do personal business, how you value yourself, and what you do value, personal finances. So that's what's going to be happening for you there, Cancer. Leo, you have the moon in the 7th house of close partnerships and one-to-one relationships. And so the fullness will be happening on how you've gotten on with people in the past year, how your relationship progress has developed emotionally. And the sun in the 1st house has given you the drive and passion to change yourself, to be yourself, to show your courage, to be open and joyful, attacking in your manner of dreams, desires, goals that you're wishing to go for. And happy birthday, Leos. Okay, Virgo, the aqua moon for you is in the 6th house of everyday work. And where am I? Sun's in your 6th house of everyday work, and the moon's in your 12th house of relaxation, allowing things to go, dreams and imaginations. So this full moon will be highlighting your dreams and imaginations. How far have they come? Some of them come to fruition, or with some of them just personal dreams for yourself and personal thoughts for yourself, allowing things to flow through your mind at this time of the 12th house of the full moon. And this will be highlighted in the direction of where you've been, and is this the place that you want to be. The sun is in your 6th house. Sorry, the moon's in your 6th house. Yes, the moon is in your 6th house and the sun is in your 12th house. That's right. So this highlighting, the 12th house highlights, obviously, like I said, dreams and imagination. And so the sun will be helping you with these areas and letting go of things that are no longer necessary for you to jump into your birthday season. So the sun will help you to get rid of issues that you want to change up within your health or your lifestyle. And that's what happens there for you, Virgo, the 6th and the 12th axis. Libra, the new moon's happening in your 5th house of joys and pleasures and children, activities that you like to do. So you'll see a culmination and a fullness glowing on these areas and how you've come thus far. And the sun will shine on your 11th house of groups and associations. So you'll be highlighting the groups that you've met so far, how you can culminate and bring them together. And you want to see the blooming of this, and there's 2 chances to have a blooming of this also. Any of you Aquarius, rising Libras who I know. So that'll be great to see a fullness of your culmination there. Okay, so you have the 5th and the 11th house. Okay, new moon in the 5th house there, Libra. And, sorry, the full moon of Aquarius. Okay, Scorpio, you have this aqua moon in your 10th house of tradition and goals and aims. You'll be seeing fruitions in this area. Aquarius moon will highlight these issues of how you've communicated with others at high levels, how you've dealt with governmental issues maybe, things like that have come up over the past month, and the Aquarius full moon will highlight this in your 10th house. The sun is in your 4th house of home and family and structure and how you look after yourself. So you'll be getting a lot of shine and guidance on that there, Scorpio. Sagittarius, you will have the moon in your 3rd house. And so, you'll have the sun in your 3rd house. Is that right? And the moon in your 9th house, okay? So the sun in your 3rd house, you'll have lots of local communication. The sun will drive you into that area, local issues, wherever you may be in the world, Sagittarius. And the 9th house of this culmination of the full moon, you'll be able to see where you're going on longer projects and far distance traveling. Capricorn, you have this moon in your 2nd house of personal finance, luxury, value and money. How do you value yourself? What values do you put on personal items that you have? And there'll be shining a light on this area for you, how you deal with personal issues. And the 8th house, the sun will be helping you cleanse deep issues, clearing out old emotions. The 8th house ruled by Scorpio, and releasing these emotions, and you'll have contact with others from the outside to aid you with this, Capricorn. So you've got the moon in the 2nd house and the sun in the 8th house. Okay, so that's everybody. Okay, very good. So I hope that was explainable for everyone. And the card I pulled from the Doreen Virtue and Randall Valentine collection here is opportunity, and Aquarius is indeed associated with opportunity. It is the house of opportunity. See which opportunities have come and blossomed in your area of where Aquarius is in your chart. At 1 degree, okay, so it's the 1st degree, the initiation sparks. We have obviously the degrees start at 0, but this full moon is happening at 1 degree. Okay, so for the air signs, the cards I pulled was the 2 of Cups. So you'll be sharing emotions there. 2 people sharing emotions, or sharing emotions with your 2 selves, and how you can balance things out and how you can use them in a joyous way, your thoughts and emotions, either with yourself or with another. So that's for the air signs, and the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. That's your card. Okay, for the fire signs, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius and Leo. So you'll be balancing out money issues, personal finances, maybe disagreements with another or agreements with another, finding areas you want to place your values in. That's for you, fire signs. For the water signs, which are Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, we have the moon. So some emotional issues will be highlighted. Maybe people's quirkiness will be highlighted in these areas. You do have the help of your own intuitive emotions to guide you there, water signs. And the earth signs, which are Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo, we have the High Priestess, followed by the Devil, the High Priestess and the Devil. Maybe these are two sides of self or others coming along. The High Priestess standing in all her glory. Maybe there'll be a temptation coming in this Leo season where we have to take action with ourselves and others. That's for you, Earth signs. And the card that was for all of us was the Five of Wands. We may be fighting some battles, some heat may be happening. Some heat in the area. Defend what is rightfully yours. And the top of the deck was the Ace of Swords. Giving us the thought and power, along with the wands, the fire, the initiation, the drive. Okay, peeps, thank you for joining me, and I'll speak to you pretty soon. You all take care. Take care.